guys, this side Ambasa here. Today we will discuss about how to perform MySQL software installation on EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, which is one of the AWS cloud platform. So let's begin. I already given you in the notes step by steps. You have to follow those steps along with the detail wise I given what exactly you have to refer the steps, and also given you the some screenshots which you can use it for later. How do I get it download my software as well? Let's begin. In the installation methods, you should know there are two types. What are those? One is we called RPM based installation, and the other one is called binary based installation. Now we will see one by one how we have to perform. Let's say an example, you want to go with the RPM based installation. In the RPM also I given you one is with repository and one more is without repository. So we will see one by one with practical. Let's begin with login to my AWS console here. Okay, this is my AWS console. Now I already logged into my account, and this is my EC2 sections where you can see that is my EC2 sections where instance is already up and running. Let's click on this running instance. Let's click on here. You will get this public IP details, and you copy this public IP. Just open the putty and then go ahead and paste this particular IP, whatever the IP you are able to see here. This is an example. This is my IP here. You can copy that, and as if you are not aware, in case of AWS EC2 machine login, we need to have username along with the private key. That private key you have to download it and use it to log into this particular machine. In my case, I already downloaded and already placed here, and that is what we have to refer. If it is not downloaded, you have to download it and then use that key to be login. Let's begin here. My public IP I copied. You can see here, this is my public IP I copied. Next I just have the key is also given to it. So here is the one. Let's log in here. It may ask the username. Maybe I can just go ahead and click on connect here. It may ask you what is my supposed to be the user. So you have maybe the root user, maybe you have EC2 user, but many more cases where you will expect the login supposed to be the EC2 user. Let's take in our case here, you can see that it is the username it is asking. Let's now I'll pass it here. The username would be EC2-user. So it will not ask password because already we had given the private keys which has been previously downloaded during the EC2 machine preparation. Okay, this is my first stage where we have to get this done. Let's now continue here. As I mentioned that in case of installation methods, we do have two types. One is called RPM based and one more is called the binary based. RPM, again, it is a Red Hat package manager, where with repository, and one more is called without repository. So what we will begin, we will go with RPM based with repository. For that, step one, we have to perform login to EC2 instance. This is what I just given you the way how I had logged in, and I given a public IP. I had used username EC2 user, and also I provided my downloaded private key. That's it. That is step one. Now followed by I need to prepare the user called MySQL. So it is not mandatory you have to use MySQL, but it is the best practice. It's always recommended to go with the best practice. Okay, so follow the best practice. This is what the real time expected. Okay, so let's now proceed with the user creation. So here the common expected question, what is a sudo? Sudo is one of the again command which will be used. Normal user acts like a super user. So we will be using our sudo command here, and we will directly adding my user so that the user gets created along with it's a group. So as I already mentioned, the user add syntax will create a OS group with the name what you mentioned the username. Same way it is preparing a group name plus with the same name with the username as well. So after you preparing the user, I have to go ahead and set the password for that user. So this is my password set command and maybe asking for password to give it. So I may use some password. In this case, I used a small m. So twice I mentioned because it is reconfirming about what password to be have it for this particular user. So here sudo passwd and MySQL. Let's go for doing the same. Here we go. Let's type sudo user add and MySQL. That's it. So let's now continue with sudo and passwd MySQL. It may ask or it may prompt for giving the password for this MySQL. So I'll go ahead and give this password as a m. Will not be visible, but you have to consider I had typed that part. So here re-entered, now successfully updated. So that's it about the step 3 which we completed. Step 1, we logged into this EC2, number 1. Number 2, we have completed about user add, which also internal creates a group as well. No need to again create separately. Number 3, we had set the password for this user. So the next question is, how do I understand about what is my operating system version? So for that, you will be using cat stand for concatenate, and that command will help you to display the content of the file. So inside this is etc system-release is my one of the file name, where you will see what is my operating system type plus it's a version. The reason to take this version will be I need to download my software based on this particular version. So hence I will be just noted well before what would be my password. So here I had taken this password, I had taken the version, sorry. So let's say I wanted to take the what is my operating system version. So I just taken right now cat etc system-release. So I just noted this is my operating system version. Now I need to go ahead and download my repository package file. So what is the repository package file? Let's say you are saying that I will install one software which is called repository, that is we call package file. So that will responsible to get the actual software. So where actual software, where do I get it? So that is taken care by repository package file. So that's the reason we will be not later mentioning where do I bring my software. So he will take care of it. For that reason, we will use this repository package. So let's go ahead and download and then install it. So this is my syntax for download, wget, and this is the file name. Let's take here. So pwd, say ls. Now the expected question, how do you know that what is my repository package file name? Where do I begin to find out this? So for that, let's now explain step by step. You open your browser. Okay, so you can just take mysql.com. So this is my website to refer. So once you open the mysql.com, you will get this page. This is we call the home page. In that, you have to go for download. So I open my sql.com website. After opening, click on download, and after download, here you take a scroll down like this, and here there is a bottom section called MySQL community download. Click on this link. So it will get opened this particular page. So here my interested the repository package file will be available in the first link. You click on this link, and here you will get a list of the repository package file. So what I mentioned earlier, we have here the Oracle Linux operating system version 8, so which is there in this particular file. So that we have used a cat command to display the content of the file. So now the point here, I noted according to this version. So I have to select here, this is my the respective the matching operating system version. So accordingly, I will click on download this section. So here he will give you two options. One is, are you already having a Oracle web account? If yes, use this. Are you interested to prepare new web account? Then you can go with this. But right now we don't want both. So let's say that no thanks, just start my download. So you click here, it gets downloaded. But what I said, don't want to download here. Right click, copy link address, back to your notepad, tell that wget like this, wget, and paste it. This is what I already documented so that you can easily follow the same instructions. Let's now do it on actual terminal. So this is my terminal. So here I will just try to see. Right now nothing is there. So I'll say wget and paste this value. The pasted my link which is copied over here. Right click, copy the link address, and then back to your terminal and type wget, it is called webget, and then you can go for paste. So you will get this particular file which is this. So here this is the package which is we call repository file. So now here this package is now ready, about to go for installation. Now here the next step which I wanted to know, do we have already installed MySQL? To verify that, I will run this particular command, sudo yum list installed piperep MySQL. The expected question, what do you mean by yum? Now and also some little bit details on the same. So here documented that as well, where what exactly the yum stand for. Yum stand for yellow dog updater modifier. So this is the yum stand for, and the operating system version Linux 7 up to that you have only yum command, but in case of operating system version Linux 8 onwards you can use even yum command, you can also use the dnf command. So you have to type smaller case while typing this command. Let's go for what is the dnf stand for. It is called dendified yum. So that's a dnf stand for. But DNF is a next generation of your yum. It is we called as a dendified yum is the next generation of yellow dog updater and modifier. That's how you have to note. These both are a utility called package manager. So we will be installing these packages called software, which is again the utility using either yum or maybe either DNF. That's it. So let's now continue with this downloaded file to be installed. So let's now take this the information what has been given to you in before using this yum command. I'll write it down here. Okay, so you can just follow this. Now you expect that how do I downloaded this particular file? So let's say I will maintain some document with screenshot so that later if you want to recollect, so you can follow this screenshot and get this downloaded. An example, I will open the browser. Here in the browser I have to type mysql.com. So followed by it says that this is the home page. You can select the download and a little bit scroll down and then click on this link which is already I explained. Followed by it will show you the list of downloads. In that you have to click on the first link which is we call MySQL yum repository. After this selected, before jumping to the next page in the browser, so you have to back to your terminal where you connected. You just check what is my operating system version, and once you noted that, then go back to your this browser where you have clicked on the MySQL yum repository. There you will matching operating system download line you have to select and click on that button. Once after selecting that download button, so maybe you will get this next page where you will get login, sign up and no thanks just for start your downloading. So we will ignore those above. We will right click on this link, clearly mentioned, right click on this link and copy the link address, followed by back to your notepad, or you can directly jump onto your machine and start wget and run it. So here you get this downloaded and make it ready. Now what is next? So as you know that I have now downloaded, my verification is done that nothing is installed as of now. We also know that there is just we prepared a MySQL user. That's what till now we have followed the steps. Now the next one is, as I mentioned, you may go for supposed to go with before going ahead with the installing by default module which I don't want to use it. That's blocking my installation. So what I will do, I'll just disable this. Here's a command to disable this module which is inbuilt module to be disabled. I have to do that. So this is what the syntax to do it. Either you use yum or either you use the DNF, because we already now using operating system version Linux 8 onwards. Now the next one is I have to go ahead and install the actual MySQL community software. So for that, I will write down this command. Here is the one, sudo, and you can also see that once after sudo, I can type yum. You may also type dnf, it is up to you, and followed by install and MySQL community and server with -y. So you may type this, he will take the dependencies, or you can just type those including dependencies. Now I will be writing down this command, which is called MySQL community server install. Y stand for don't ask for the confirmation, yes or no, please proceed, which is already mentioned with -y option. So now hit enter. Now it is started with taking the software directly from your server. Make sure that this is what it has to follow. And here, if in case you have to note that this is one of the expected question or the expected error. What is that error says? Since we haven't done the MySQL downloaded RTM is not installed. So that means if you do not perform this step, you cannot directly go ahead and install it. This is what we said here. This command supposed to bring my software, but who will give the software details? So for that reason, we need to make sure that the repository package which we have downloaded, first we have to install that. Here you go. Let me just show you. This is the one which I need to install. What is syntax? Sudo yum install -y and then the downloaded file. If I don't do this directly, if I jump on to my installation part, it may give that no matching the argument, that the one which you given here is something called, they consider it as an argument. So he say that I don't know what is this keyword. So for that to help, first of all I need to install my repository file. Let's do it here. It takes again few minutes based on your operating system hardware speed. So now in my case it is done. Now let's continue with the next step. Before jumping to the next step, I will verify, do we have like this sudo yum list installed pipegrep and MySQL. So what we have installed, we haven't installed actual software. We just installed only the community, you can say the community repository file. So this repository file responsible to get the actual software after typing this particular command. Now earlier this command was failed. Now go ahead and run it. It says that supposed to proceed. So here's the one. Now wait for a while, let it keep download it and install it. Now here you go. You can see it is, we asked to go ahead and install the one. He says that for me to install this one, I need the further software also. So that further software would be your client plugins, commons, and some ISO data file and libs, so and so forth. So this is what the package which will be included in this particular file or in this particular software. So including this all together becomes your MySQL community server installation. But here, have you mentioned that where do I bring it? No, this is again we haven't mentioned it, but it is taken care by this repository. So this repository is taken care about where do I bring the software and get it installed. Expected question in the interview, where is my repository file gets stored? So here you can see inside the etc yum.repos.d, and here just hit enter. You will see that there are many more files in it, all ending with the .repo. These are my repository file, and here you may open and see that sudo and vi etc yum.repos.d, and this is my file name. Open it. So here there is a link which it has to take the software to be from where it has to bring my software. This is what we have to understand about the benefits of using the repository to install my MySQL community software. That's it about the method one. If you have any questions, now let's take a last you can say the step about whether it is installed or not. So these are my sentence. It says that we have done and we are completed our installation. We may check further which MySQL D, that's one of the utility. So which will be useful for creating my server and also starting my server, which is MySQL instance we could talk about. Let's now, next question would be, let's say if I don't want to use this, I don't want to use this method, we will proceed with the other method, which is we call without repository. Now first of all, before going with this particular the without repository steps to be followed, what we will do, we will try to go for installing the, first let's remove this existing installed software. Let's go for here, I'll write down how to remove it. A removal would be just say something called remove already installed MySQL software. Okay, so let's now continue. What are the steps to follow here? Sudo, and you already listed, right? So this is all start with the MySQL community. What you can do, just type here sudo yum remove -y and paste this MySQL community and put asterisk options. So what it does, it will automatically takes care of continuation of the keyword MySQL community related to those packages, gets removed. Don't get confused. Sometime we call it as a package, sometime we call it as it is a operating system files, and but it is sometime we call packages a kind of dealing with the software. So it can be a OS software, it can be in our case MySQL software. So in these are called the packages. Okay, so that's what we have removed it. Now let's go ahead and confirm that do we have that software now present. So you can go ahead and check that do we have this MySQL software. Yes, only the community, which is again only repository package is present. Let me remove this as well. So here if I see the keyword which we removed, MySQL -community, but here it starts with the 84 and with the community, so hence this is not removed it. So let's go ahead and remove this as well. So that means we are saying that even I don't want now repository file as well. So once I removed it, this repository, the package as well. Now go ahead and check, do we have this repository package now? No, we don't have now any keyword MySQL related packages. So that's what we just confirmed. Now about to go with the next method. What the next method says that? The next method says that remove, this is what we have followed. I will just try to note down this command. One is yum list installed grep MySQL. It may say that okay, we have to just refer here. First verify it is there or not. If it is available, let's now remove it. So here's the one. I'll just take removal part. So initially we removed not this, we removed this one. So I will just paste it all those command for your reference so that you just check accordingly. So during the notepad typing, it may convert these values with the expected keyword, but now I'll change it. Yum list installed, sudo yum list installed, and pipe grep MySQL. Make sure sudo is like making a normal user acts like a super user. So that's the reason, or super user is nothing but our root user. So this is how we have to use it to continue with this installation part and verify the installation is done or not. Once it is installation is not there, you install it, and later you want to remove it, you can go for removal part as well. Okay, why I removed it? Because to again proceed with the other method of installation. So make sure that you follow the other method as well. Please go through it. So here the next step. Next method which I will be now covering without repository. So again the same expected point to follow. First of all, you have to log into the EC2, and then you have to, while login, it will ask for IP, that is public IP of the EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Public IP you have to use, and it's a username you have to use, and it's a private key downloaded file has to be used. Once after login, you create your user and set the password. This steps is already in place. So we already done these steps. Now we have to continue the next step. So an example, now I need to proceed. You expect that question is we created a user, but we haven't used that user, right? So that user we never right now use it. We will use it during my instance creation. So that's how one more confusion. Don't worry, I will explain it about how this user will be used during the instance creation. All right. So let's now continue with the further methods. So in the other method, go ahead and now back to the browser and again search with the keyword mysql.com. Let's go for here mysql.com. So it says that again this is the home page where we have multiple tabs. Click on this download tabs. Now after this you scroll down and again see here community edition. So again edition wise there are two types of edition. One is called enterprise edition, sometimes called commercial edition, and the second one is called community edition. So now this video I will be preparing only for the community edition. So maybe upcoming we will see one enterprise edition as well. Now let's click on this community edition. Now here again there are set of download links, but what is my interested to be downloaded? Obviously MySQL community server. Now there are many more options. Again those I will be again giving you again in a future class. So community server, let's click on here. So there you will see that list of the latest. First of all, it will give you the latest the version details. Here LTS stand for long term support. Now here is my MySQL the version details. So this is my latest one. You can select that. Followed by your operating system you have to select. In my example, as I already given you syntax, you have to use cat concatenate etc system -release. So now let's take this utility this command to check my operating system version. I had taken now. Let's continue here. My case is it's Oracle Linux 8. So I will have to select according to this. Here it's Oracle Linux option, and further it will ask you the version. I have to select here 8, and this is my x86. So you have to use the uname -a will give you about whether it is x86 or not. Now here it is my process architecture. So now processor architecture. So let's take this select the respective what you are interested to download your software. So all talks about we are downloading my software. So here which software we are talking about? MySQL community server software. What is the version? 8.4.0. Now this 8.4.0 MySQL community version I am downloading it. So this is we called directly downloading. We are not asking repository to bring my software. Rather we are directly downloading all the softwares. So where it is available here in this website, in this particular link. Now here there are list of packages is given to you. Those list of packages would be like a server, utilities, plugins, libraries, like that. They have given you many more. But instead of many more one by one downloading, they have already given you bundle one. So that means it is a combined one. You can take this combined one, directly click on here, download. So if I click on download, again you get a further same options. Either you have a web account, log in with that. Either you want to prepare the new account, log in with this, or you don't want to do both. You can directly start downloading without performing these two actions. Let's say no thanks, this link don't click, rather you can say right click. Okay, instead of left click, you can just take a copy link address after right clicking on this particular link. Once I copied the link address, I will back to my EC2 machine, that is a Elastic Compute Cloud virtual machine prepared in the AWS cloud. So here I will confirm that right now I do have this file. So let me remove this. Okay, so sudo rm this part. So I don't want this to be referred. So right now nothing is there. So right now I don't have repository file, number one. Even I don't have sudo yum list installed pipecrep and MySQL. Do you have MySQL right now? Answer obviously no, nothing. No output means not, it is not yet installed. Now proceed with the download part. What I have to do it, wget, and this bundle software you will be downloading it. The bundle is nothing but it is a zipped file or combined of multiple the packages together given as a bundle. Now waiting for this to download it. Okay, so wait for a while. Okay, it's done. Now it took around 13 seconds to download. You can see here this is the timing is given, how much time taken, and this is my total size of the file which has been downloaded, and per second what's the speed of a download. Okay, so that's how, just a quick reference. Let's go for here. Now here, this is the file name, and H will give you a human readable format, which is giving you the size of the file. So just adding with a header, round off to 940 MB. Now this file I need to check with a tar tbf with a file name. Now you can see here it is showing me the list of the files inside this particular bundle file. So the bundle file has these many files, so I need to start installing this all together. Now how do I install it? Before going ahead with, now let's take a example. Here you go. Now I'm trying to say here, download the actual software. This is what we have done right now. After download, what I will do, I will go for extract. So before extracting, what I said, it's better to have one separate folder, and in that folder we will extract it. So each command I mentioned, tar stand for tape archive, and xvf stand for extract verbose. Extract means it is like unzipping. Extract verbose and file. Verbose will show the details, and C stand for creating this output, the files not in the pwd, rather in particular specific folder. You can give the full path, or you are already in that folder, you can just mention the directory path, which I will be preparing here. An example, let's now go for this place, and here pwd, say right now I'm in this folder, so ls, I have downloaded this one, I'm preparing this empty folder. Now just check here, we have a one downloaded bundle file, plus I do have now here one empty folder. Now we have an empty folder, we have a downloaded file. Let's go for like this, tar tape archive xvf followed by this file name, capital C, and this folder, so that it will extract according to this command. It will go ahead and prepare these files in this particular folder. Let it prepare it and get it ready. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, maybe once after this video has been uploaded. Now let's now go ahead and check here. This is the folder which I will be now just checking here. Do we have this file size extracted here? Answer no. Here it is not shown to you because we have extracted on this particular inside the folder. So now you can see here, these are my files which has been extracted over here. Now is it still installed? No, it is not installed. How do I check that? You can verify it here, sudo yum list installed pipe and MySQL. Only the MySQL, let's say here community, so it will say that nothing is installed with this keyword. But if I check with the even MySQL, just this is enough, it says that still no more output. Now I have to type here sudo rpm Red Hat Package Manager ivh install verbose and hashes star.rpm. Now here I have to go ahead and give you the, now let's say here rpm. What it says here, this will be given to me that there is a two dependent packages. So this is a dependent package. What it says, this dependent package says that to perform this installation I need to have these two well before installed. If you don't install these two, then I will not proceed further. This is what it is expecting me to call failed dependencies. Now how do I bring this to? It's clearly mentioned I need this package 1 and the package 2. So open SSL for again to making an encryption part. So let's go for it. So I'm just now installing sudo yum install, and the one which I taken this keyword with the development I have added with is again Perl JSON. So here you can just remove this open round bracket, you just add dash. So that's it. So once you run this command, then it says that along with these two it also get installed remaining. So these are all we need it for later for our MySQL software purpose. Once for inside that instance we will use this packages later. Now this is completed. About to go for again checking, do we have MySQL right now? Answer, still not yet installed because it is not yet performed, the dependency is unavailable. So now we will ask right now in this folder, these are the files, can I go ahead and install now? Sudo rpm ivh star.rpm. That's it. no rocket science. It's just a simple one line command to perform MySQL installation. This installation is so simple, anyone can learn this installation. So easily you can do it yourself, and it is a one line command, you can go ahead and do it. So all these steps is given here, what all we have performed. Let me recap. First of all, I will log into my EC2 machine. Obviously you know that now how I performed, and during this installation, let's show you one more time. Here you go. This is my duplicate connection. So example, I'll take one more connections here. I'll take, this is my EC2 IP address. If you not remember, I will try to again go to my browser where my EC2 instance page, console page had been opened. So I will go to the EC2 section, and here is the detail tab. In the detail tab, we have a public IP, and this is the clipboard you for copy purpose. So let's people will do like this, select it and Control C. Instead of that, directly click here, it gets copied it. Now back to my terminal, that means putty terminal, paste your IP, that is what we have taken the IP, pasted, and you have to go to, in the, there are category, we have a session, we have a connection, SSH, so on and so forth. I will be now going to the connection, in the SSH, in the auth, and then there is a private key file authentication will be asked. You browse it, give this file to open it. Okay, so that's how it says. It is asking for username, type EC2-user. That's it. You are in. I given you one more time how to log into those machines prepared in the AWS cloud as an EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Any question? Now here side by side we have seen that RPM installation is going on, or this is we called package based installation is going on. Here the keyword will be called updating, and other word it's called installing. And some other question would be, your total work would be 100%. So it will be, maybe you can see that these are the files count. So what it does, it will divide those percentage with the number of files, and accordingly it will tell that that much percentage is completed. Don't mislead that only 6% of this file is finished. No, not like that. Overall, the file will be divided as a percentage wise. So now consider it's a 17 files are now installed. So it will be dividing that 100% with the 17. So accordingly, it will be considered, okay, this is my each file with a 6%. Like that, it is now calculating and get it installing. And after all 17 file gets installed, it's a work of 100% is over. This is how the things to note. Here H stand for, this is my hash symbol what it's given. I stand for it is installing. V stand for it is verbose. This all shows you the verbose, and hash is nothing but these are the hashes. That's it. This is what you have to note what it exactly means. If you know every step what exactly it is doing, then you can easily handle the situations, or you know that end-to-end point. Not to worry. All it's given here. X stand for extract, V stand for verbose, like that. You may face some dependency problem and you have to install like this. So sometime I may give the DNF, sometime I may give yum. So you can use one of them, alternate. An example, let's take here. Now I have installed, right? So let's check here. Sudo DNF and then list installed pipe grep MySQL. You can see it is now showing me all the output. So this is the, either you take a DNF, either you take even yum option. You can see here, I can now go for yum. So yum or DNF both are alternative, but DNF is now called as a dendified yum, as a other word, next generation of yum. That's, hope you clear. Next with will be the binary based. Binary based, what exactly the way to perform? I already given here the steps how to perform binary based installation. Without repository, it is not referring any repository. You have to directly download it and start using it. Now the point here is, in this step, what is the step number one? You need to log into this EC2 like a super user. You prepare one user who wants to use this software to be installed or to perform this activity. So I will be creating this MySQL user and password setting followed by logging to that user. Now this case we will be logging not with a directly installing with a EC2, rather or root, rather we call it as now through MySQL. So we are saying that I will be, after preparation, we will be logging to that user. An example, let's now take here. So already consider I have a user with me. Consider I need to now switch to this user. Password I already given, so now it's done. Let's say here pwd, you are in this particular file, folder, present working directory. Now I don't have MySQL. Right now, go ahead and check where is MySQL present. Obviously, this utility is present in this particular location. This is installed because we have just now finished our package based method, but I don't want now to be used this package based method. So what I'm interested, I want to go with this now binary based. So what we can tell, I wanted to get this binary based software to be downloaded. Now how do I download it? Again, you have to back to your browser, go to the website called mysql.com. So here you will see that this is mysql.com website, the landing page or the home page. Click on the tab downloads, scroll down, we are interested on community, click on here, and now you will see that in this case I will be trying to install community server. Click on again this, but this case we will go for here not with the operating system, you can see this selection, rather we will go with the generic. Okay, so this is what we can say, it's a generic part. You can go ahead and see it is a generic, we call it here it is a binaries. So we will say that it is a binary R-typed, nothing but it is already compiled and made it ready. So what we can say here, this is a minimal tarball, which is excluding the debugging part, that's okay. So what we will say that we will go for here compressed part. So again there are two versions given, we'll go with this one. Okay, so let's take this. So what we said here, compressed file is given to you, click on this download, here's the download part. Now here it will ask you again same question, do you have a login or you want to sign up or you don't want to do both? You go with no thanks, just start download. Copy again this link address back to your terminal, say here pwd, and here we can start downloading it. So what I said here, let's take steps what I mentioned. So you need to switch to user, already did it. So now I'm about to go for this downloading. After download, I'll say that prepare one folder where you want to keep your software, then extract it. After extract, rename that folder, start using it. Let me slowly repeat again. Now about to go for download, here go, wget, I copied that link, hit enter, it is now downloading it. What is that downloading file? It is called the binary based software. So how much is the size? You can go and check. It is this is the size. Now what I am interested, I wanted to extract it now. Here go. This is what I am now extracting. I'll say that prepare one folder, and here we will extract it. Prepared. Go and check inside this folder. Right now nothing is there. Sorry. Here nothing is there. Can see nothing right now present in this folder. Now I'm about to go for extracting this folder content into this particular folder. Tar. So the syntax is already given, tar xva of that file name, capital C with that folder. So here tar. So xvf, and this is the file name with capital C. This is the folder. Okay, so you can just type this, hit enter. It is started download or extracting. So here it is directly supposed to use it later, since it is a very bigger file folder, so you can rename it as per your convenient rather than keeping bigger one. So what I said here, I will be now renaming that particular folder. So mv stand for move or rename. So here this is my bigger folder name, let's say example mv, this is my bigger folder name, and this is right now present in this folder. I don't want to use that bigger folder, rather I want to make it smaller one. What I'll do, I'll make it this with a smaller one, like this. Now this is what I'm doing. I'm just changing this folder name as a smaller one so that I can use it as per my you can say the convenient, the folder path. So once it is not mandatory, first of all it is not mandatory, just to reduce the length of the folder I just renamed it. So here's the one which I need to copy and right now you can see here ls. So we have a MySQL software, sorry, and there you have extracted. This is a bigger folder, and now I will say that rename it. Now this folder gets renamed. Now inside this folder you will see a lot of subfolders. Inside that we have a bin. Here we have a utility. So the utility would be MySQL D, so on and so forth. Now I will be saying that I want to go for this path to be set. Once after that path set, I can say here which MySQL D. So it gives me this path. That's it about your installation steps. All it's given to you with the written and also demonstrated. Please go through this and follow the instructions, and maybe do practice as much as possible to make it familiarized. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you, take care, and bye bye.